Thousands of people hit the skies today to start the journey back home for post-holiday travel. Delays and cancellations have started stacking up as storms are moving in across the South and in the Pacific Northwest. Dallas-Fort Worth International reported the most cancellations so far, with nearly 100 grounded flights, according to FlightAware. Joining us for more on what is usually a stressful day to travel is CBS News correspondent Skyler Henry at Atlanta International. How are people there today? Is it zen or is it as stressful as it might sound?
Hey, Sarah, good to see you as always. You know, it's funny, considering that this is the world's busiest airport, to use your word, it is pretty zen here. The wait times to get through one of the main checkpoints, less than 2 minutes right now, which is saying something considering the fact that what this airport is. But a lot of those concerns, as you pointed out, are in the Pacific Northwest right now, and especially in the Texas area. Just in the last 20 minutes or so, we've learned that there have been ground stops at DFW in Dallas, as well as some other concerns, paying attention to possible tornado watches and warnings in Houston as well. And many meteorologists that we've heard from throughout the day today have signaled that that will be a point of concern all throughout the day today, especially in Texas, especially if those flights are trying to get out of their respective area. Right now, those ground stops have been going on for at least the last hour and a half to 2 hours or so. We'll see what happens as the day continues to progress and whether a lot of people who are wanting to make their way back home will be able to take off in time.
Yeah, Skyler, that is sort of the name of the game when you fly on a day like today. How are delays and cancellations looking in Atlanta right now?
So it's relatively smooth. The weather appears to be pretty clear here, and so that means that we're not seeing what we anticipated in terms of the busy holiday travel rush. What they say here at this particular airport is that it will be incredibly busy tomorrow, where more than 300,000 people will be making their way back to their respective destinations. And really all across the country, that is what we will be seeing. Some of the busier travel days throughout this holiday stretch tomorrow, and the days surrounding New Year's Eve and New Year's themselves. And so I think a lot of people expecting to pack their patience, many of them getting here hours ahead of their respective flights, but they know that it will take a little bit of time before they can make it on the way home.
Yeah, this is not the day to cut it close. So, Skyler, I've seen you in so many places over the years. So I know you probably drive a lot, but you probably fly more than you drive. As somebody who's kind of an expert on this, what do you think helps on days like today that are supposed to be busy?
Wine. No, I'm kidding. I think what really is out there, I think it depends circumstantially about what it is you're doing, where you're going, and how many people really you're traveling with. A lot of the people that we spoke with leading up to the holiday season, they said that they were traveling with family members and so on. And so because of that, if you take into consideration what the cost of certain airline tickets are, it might be easier to just pack everyone in the car and then hit the road. Also, take into the fact that gas prices are down 8% from this time a year ago. And that obviously means that you can save a little bit more and do what you need to do to make it to your respective destinations. Now, if you aren't worried about the weather, if you aren't worried about those costs, then obviously air travel is the way to go in terms of getting to where you'd like to go quicker. But I think it will be interesting to see what happens on these busy travel days, as well as with the weather throughout the country. We talked about the Pacific Northwest and what's going on in Texas and in the South, but also you got to pay attention to the snow in the Northeast as well, because that is certainly hampering some people's travel plans especially.
Yeah, but also wine, I think. All right, Skyler Henry.
Exactly.
Live in Atlanta with all the pro tips for us. Thank you, sir. See you soon. All right, take a look at the weather in Dallas right now. Skyler was just talking about that. Severe storm threats are causing a lot of the problems that we've been talking about at the airport in Dallas. They've got flash flood warnings there. They could get up to 4 inches of rain in parts of Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Jessica Burch is here tracking all of that for us. Jess?
You know, we're also dealing with a tornado watch just south of Dallas right now, too, that the National Weather Service just issued. So let's dive down there real fast and take a look at this storm as it continues to sweep all the way across eastern portions of Texas, over the state of Louisiana, slowly but surely throughout the next couple hours. And eventually it's going to pass the Mississippi, break apart, and move off into the east, with still some heavy storms in the forecast for us into the overnight hours tonight. Now we head down to Dallas. All that yellow color you see, that's that tornado watch. Anywhere from Corpus Christi Christi, all the way up into Houston, close to Dallas as well. And zooming in just a little bit closer, there's still those flash flood warnings that are in effect too. So taking a look behind me, let's time this storm out, because if you live in this area and you're trying to hit the roads, worst time to be doing that, especially just along those coastal communities near Corpus Christi, like I mentioned, all the way up into southern portions of Oklahoma, where some of the heaviest storms are currently sweeping off to the east. Now we advance the clock all the way in the next couple hours, and we'll continue to watch the storm develop, pushing off closer to Little Rock and all the way over into the Mississippi too. It looks like this froze, so I'm actually going to send it back over to you, Sarah. But what we are expecting to see is anywhere up to around 2 inches of rain on top of that tornado watch in effect until the evening hours tonight.
Yeah, I know from experience that sometimes when those storms pop up in Texas and South Texas, they get strong really fast, and they can be scary.
Across
All
those
right,
plains.
Jessica, thank you so much.